Okay, so that's 12 o'clock. Let's get going. Hey, folks, good to see you all again. Good to see some of the regulars here as well. So I've got a few random bits and pieces that I'd like to go through today. But please, if you have any questions whatsoever, please pop them in either the Zoom or the Facebook chat. I'm monitoring both. And yeah, so let's crack on. So the first thing I want to do is a little website critique feedback thing. So I did this with Lucinda Dawes on that big live session with her, and one of my whappers missed out, or I just didn't read the message in time, so I thought I would do that now. So for those who are not familiar with what CRO is, so CRO stands for Conversion Rate Optimization, and it's pretty much my favorite part of business, because you can get some absolutely dramatic returns. In fact, let's talk a little bit about CRO before we get into this, because it's quite interesting. I'm hoping my little doodle pen works, because I've been having real troubles with this. Oopsie, knocked my phone over. I've been having real troubles with my doodle pad. It's been working beautifully for years, and now it's just okay, seems to be working better now. Nice. Right, so what CRO is conversion rate optimization, and it's basically tweaking and tailoring landing pages to convert better. Remember, when you have a website or a landing page, you want it to serve a purpose. A lot of people, especially when they're new in business, they want pretty fancy websites that look pretty, but pretty websites don't normally convert very well. If there is a call to action, and typically, if you have the biggest mistakes I always see is just massive blocks of text, and so if you had let's say a web page which was just big blocks of text, compared to one which had literally the same amount of text, exactly the same, but let's say you had a headline, but you blocked it out a bit, so paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. Now, although they're both the same website with exactly the same copy, the one on the right hand side, even though it is still shit, it will have the better conversion rate if there is even a call to action there, just simply because it's easier to read. And then when you add things like dual readership path, where so what dual readership path is, where people tend to skim read. Most people skim read, and so you need to try and construct your page so that if people just skim read and only read the bold letters, do they still walk away with the same message? Then if do they walk away with the same message? So again, adding dual readership path in all your web pages is worth doing, and your brochures as well. And so that's the, and you always have to split test. So you may start off with something which looks like rubbish, like this big ball of text, and then you break it up so it looks a bit like this. And then all of a sudden, and you can drive traffic to it, and then this is now your master copy. Okay, your master, as in the web page which is doing the best. And when you're doing CRO, you will be doing dozens and dozens and dozens of different iterations. Now, you shouldn't just start with a big ball of text, but I mean, let's say you've got something which is working a little bit better. You now got another landing page. Again, let's just say, for example, in this case, you needed all of the copy. Now, there's no such thing as too long, but there is such thing as too boring. Harry Potter books are massive, yet people still read them all over the world. They're not too long, they're just not boring. And so if you had, again, all the same stuff, but then you started breaking it up with, pictures, videos, etc., then all of a sudden, guess what? This one will now have a better conversion rate, or opt-in rate, etc., whatever you're trying to get it to do. And then you just keep on iterating to the point where, you have to go right down to the nitty-gritty. So, for example, let's just clear all of this. If you had a button, let's take a button. So let's keep things all, So especially on sales pages, I have tweaked and optimized everything. So you can have two buttons, okay? One with a straight rectangle, and one which is a rectangular shape but with softer edges. Guess which one has the better click rate? It's the one with the softer edges, which is just fascinating. So don't have buttons which is hard and sharp. So let's say they're the same colors, and then obviously you can then reiterate. You can try circular ones, and I haven't really found too much difference between softer rectangles and circular ones. But the color is very important. There's like everyone is different, but the green and orange ones and blue ones tend to be the best for buttons, for example. If you're buying something, you may as well just leverage research R&D that's been done by bigger people. So, for example, Amazon has spent millions over the last 20 years in CRO. And when you go to their buy buttons, if I just click on, I don't know, anything, mind you, what I start clicking, they're going to start showing me, screw it, toothpaste. Come on, where's the buy button? Come on, just go something like this. You may as well just copy the orange that Amazon have. Like, this is what CRO is. Like, you have to sort of put your mind, put yourself in the boots of a buyer. Now, because the whole world and their dog, uses Amazon to buy stuff, guess what? We are familiar with this color. So it wouldn't hurt to have buttons which are the same shape. So they've obviously gone for a rounded shape, and they've got like a light orange, and then it goes to dark orange. Like, we're used to that. And so, but then over here, so it's weird how they've gone from a circular one, whereas the place order, it's more of a rectangle with, it's like a gradient orange there. But we're familiar with that, so you may as well just copy it and leverage millions of dollars of R&D. So stuff like that. But you definitely need something, like even with buttons, like when you hover your mouse over it, you need it to sort of acknowledge to the user that, yeah, it's working. If you held your mouse over something which didn't move or change color, people would then start to think, does this actually work? And yeah, you're going to lose out on clicks and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, and by the way, you have to go into this level of detail for every single part of your web page, even to the text inside of the button. Like, do you use white writing with a blue background, or do you use black writing on a green? Like, you just have to split test it. There's no correct answer. And so one of the web pages that works really well for us, and I've split test the yin yang out of this. Probably about 50 different variants of this web page I've done and driven traffic to each variant. Is this one. We've just found this works really, really well. So for this niche, we just get epic returns. And so this is the little side hustle I'm running with my wife. We've gone for, so my fairy pen pal is like a purpley, pinky sort of color, like a mystical sort of thing. And we've just found that the green button sticks out. Now, we did go for different, change the color, etc. But I think it was negligible in the end. In the end, when you hover your mouse over, a little tick comes up. And what does a human associate with a tick? Yes, correct. Or you've done it well, or whatever. And so little stuff like that. And keep the buttons the same. However, I've just realised, oh man, evidently I haven't been anal enough. This one's a harsh rectangle down here, whereas this is a softer one. So that is me not paying enough attention to detail. God damn it. So yeah, but anyway, stuff like that. So that's what CRO is, and it covers everything. You can go into that same amount of detail with headlines and sub-headlines and the little sub-captions under videos or pictures and stuff like that. So that's what CRO is, and you can have dramatic returns. So that was my preamble. Now I want to talk about the dramatic returns with CRO. So if you're looking at something really simple, really super simple, so you have let's just say you have an opt-in or whatever it may be, a lead magnet, something free, whatever. And then you have, I don't know, product A. In fact, let's be more precise here. So you have a product for prospect. So you need something to give to a potential prospect. It could be video series, something free basically. You then need once they're keen, you then need a product for a lead. So product for lead, and that could be whatever. So for example, this could be. In fact, let's just write them out. And then product for client. So typically when you have sort of a business, you need at least these three things. And so this could basically be free. This could be free or maybe cheap up to, I don't know, 50 quid, something like that. And then your product for your client or customer could be something else. I mean, this could be anything. I mean, hell, this could be anything 50 to 5 grand or more. Doesn't really matter. But in this case, let's just whittle it down. Let's just say it's 20 quid, and this product for client, customer or client, I don't know. Let's just say it's if that's 20 quid, let's call it 200 quid. Now, let's say on a monthly basis, let's just work this out. Let's assume you're getting, I don't know, five sales a month down here. What is the conversion rate? Let's just say the conversion rate from product for lead to client, I don't know, let's just say it's 10%. So 10%, that's 50. So then you're getting 50 over here. And then lead, I don't know, let's just call it 10% again. I mean, I'm just completely making this up on the spot, by the way. It could be anything. Every business has different conversion rates. So let's just work this out. So then you have 500 up here. Okay. Before I go any further, I just want to double check. Can you all hear me? Are you with me so far? Does this make sense so far? Before I lose anyone.
Yeah, you can hear you.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, folks.
Yeah.
Good. I'll continue. So, in this case, let's say this is a monthly basis. So you're getting 500, prospects a month that are, watching your stuff, engaging with you, or whatever you want to call it. Let's have a different color. And let's say 10% of them become a lead, and they buy your cheap £20 thing. So in terms of sales, you're making £1,000 over here. And then obviously 10% to do the other thing, you're making another £1,000 over here. Okay. Now I'm going to ignore cost per lead, cost per acquisition. That's like a marketing thing. So we're just going to ignore the marketing element of it now. All I'm talking about is biz metric tweaking, i.e. CRO. So in this made up example, this business is making £2,000 revenue per month. Okay. Now, the cool thing with tweaking or CRO is that teeny weeny adjustments to the upside have a dramatic effect to the bottom line. Dramatic. So, for example, if I show you, I don't know, any or like an ad campaign that I'm running at the moment. Let's just look at, I don't know, let's look at a WAP ad that I'm running. Come on. So it's a relatively small campaign I'm running at the moment. What is his daily budget? I can't remember. Probably 500 quid a day or something. I should know this. Edit, scroll down. Yeah, 500 quid a day. Okay. So this WAP campaign, I'm basically just running adverts to get free trialers for the WAP. Okay. So if I look into this, if I click in, by the way, you see I've got 3 adverts here, but I've split tested these, whittled these 3 down from like 50. And as you can see, over the last, let's just do lifetime, even though this has only been running for not long. So I got it down to 3 adverts. One which I called Punchy, with just a picture. This is the new video with, I think, long copy. And then the same new video with Punchy, as in short and sweet. And I drove traffic to it. So I started on the 31st of March, so 6 days ago. And these are the results. Now, obviously, it's a little bit skewed because very quickly, advert number 3 was doing way better. And so I quickly turned off 1 and 2 once I thought it was safe to. And then I let the whole ad spend go through this advert. But when you look at the metrics, it's interesting. When you look at the wrong metrics, you can screw yourself over. So if I was to just look at this bottom one here in terms of CPL, cost per lead, number 2, this one over here, looked like it was the best because it was £23 CPL compared to £45 up here. However, this just wasn't getting enough traffic or conversion, so it was probably, Facebook was probably driving it to a tiny niche that, you know, there weren't many people converting, so to speak. So you shouldn't really do it by CPL. Well, you can, but you have to take the bigger picture. But if we then look at, let's go into performance. Here we go. No. Performance and clicks. Here we go. Yeah. So this is better. So then you can look at cost per click. I mean, look at the difference. So it may be a couple of pounds difference. Like this bottom one was £3.62 cost per click. This top one is £2.76. Now, I'm not saying, I have to be very clear here, I'm not saying you should optimize your adverts based on cost per click. That is a fallacy. You should not do that. But I'm just saying here, in percentage terms, there's a vast difference between these two. Or even just look at the click-through rate. So the click-through rate on this one, the one that's running, is 1.16% compared to 0.88%. Now here is where most people go wrong with CRO. They think, oh yeah, I mean, from 0.88% to 1.16% is not much of an uplift, because they'll go 1.16 minus 0.88, and they'll go, oh yeah, it's only a 0.28% increase. But that would be really, really, really wrong. The difference between 0.88% to 1.16% is actually a 31% uplift, roughly. So let's make it simpler. If, let's say, we had one advert that had a 0.5% click-through rate, and another advert that had a 1% click-through rate, a lot of people would think, oh yeah, it's only a 0.5, 50% uplift from here to here. But that would be wrong. 0.5% to 1% is actually a 100% uplift. And this is key when you're doing CRO. I'm not good at maths. Anyone that's been around me for a long time will know that my mental arithmetic, my public maths when I'm put on the spot, is gopingly awful. And so I guess I'm a testament that you can do all this stuff and be shit at maths. And Google's always there. And so all you need to do is just do tiny little tweaks. So going from 0.63% to 1.16 is a massive uplift. So you can easily do massive uplifts here. And so, for example, I'm not saying you're going to do like 100% change over here, but let's say you can change this from 10% to, let's say 12%, okay? And CRO is all about tweaking lots of different things all at the same time to get, the best result. And then let's say you up this from 10% to 12%, okay? So all you've done here is you've upped it 20% here, and you've upped it 20% here. And now let's look at the result. So before we had this result, if I just sort of move this over here, and now what is the result? Well, the result, you're still getting 500 people in, but 12% are converting. So 500 times 0.12, you've now got 60 people instead of 50 people. And then from that 60 people, you've got a 12% conversion rate there times 12%. You've now got 7.2 people down here. So let's just knock that off and call it 7. So what's the actual revenue? So the revenue is now 60 times 20. So it's 1,200 quid. So 1,200 quid. And then you've got 7 times 200. So 1,400 quid. Therefore, the uplift is now you've got £2,600 per month coming in. So what's the difference? So what is that? 600, divide that by 2,000 times 100. Boom, 30% uplift. So all you've done is tweaked two little parts of your marketing sort of, or your business ecosystem by 20% each, and it's giving you a 30% uplift on your bottom line. This is why CRO is so important. And some people have said, and I've heard some people say, oh, that's all very well for you, Siam, with your fancy, internet businesses. I've got a bricks and mortar business. You can't do any of that shit here. Well, I call bullshit on that. I have a I have a couple of bricks and mortar businesses, and I do it there. So, a good example is a business that I'm not really keen on, and I am trying to sell it. So if anyone wants to buy 90% of Float Norwich, I've got a very good price for you. But yeah, so this is one of my bricks and mortar businesses. And yeah, literally people come in and float, or they come in and get frozen in our cryotherapy chamber. But it's the same thing. You can do this. So if you were to take Float Norwich, it's a business that's not, shooting the world on fire. Shooting the world on fire? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. But it's, in fact, instead of fanning around like this, I'm going to see if I can quickly find the spreadsheet, because it's going to save us a lot of pain. If I can find I haven't done any live presentations for years, in terms of like PowerPoints and stuff. I tend to just draw stuff. So presentations, give me 2 seconds here. Oh man, I've got loads. I guess it would be part of the Nailing Life workshop that I used to do. Nailing Life slides, 2018. What was the most recent one? Yeah, I guess that one there. 2018 was the last time I did a Nailing Life workshop. Man, good memories. But I'm pretty sure, if my computer hurries up, there is a cool little slide in here which shows you the benefits of CRO uplift. God damn, I've just looked at the time. I've been going for 20 odd minutes, and this is just a preamble before I start going through a website. Why is my computer not working? Come on. I'm just a sucker for tech problems. Like, I've got a £5,000 PC here. It's like a ridiculous spec computer, and I still have issues of buffering and slow loading. Come on, PowerPoint. I think I am the common denominator here. Oh man, this is just ridiculous. There must be, if I go back here, PDF, RT, admin, presentations. I think there was a PDF version, PDF slides. That'll be quicker. Seriously. Can you guys still hear me? It says I've got connection issues now.
Yeah, fine.
You can. I've just realised I use pCloud, and so what's actually happening is that pCloud is now downloading this 311 megabyte file whilst streaming on a couple of different devices, and it's still struggling to download this PDF, which sucks. Anywho, whilst we're waiting for that to come in, I may as well just start critiquing or giving feedback on this Skidmore. Oh no, okay, it's now worked. Here's the Nailing Life course. Where is that CRO bit? I only talked about CRO a little bit. It's way down here, I think. Yeah, I think this is a good example. This is the thing I was talking about, where let's say you had a business, so you've got leads, you've got your conversion rate, customers or clients, the amount of times they transact with you per month, per year, per day even, average sale value, revenue, net margin, and then money in your bank, basically. And so all you need to do is start tweaking all the bits you can tweak. So you can tweak the conversion rate. You can tweak the amount of transactions they do with you per year or per month. You can even tweak the average sale value, as in the price. And all these little tweaks do big things. So if you start over here with 100, 10%, blah, 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 and then you just tweak everything by 10%, or 50% and 100%, like this is the uplift you get. So if you tweak everything by 10%, you have a 59% uplift on your bottom line. But if you were to tweak these bits by 50%, you have a 642% uplift on your bottom line. It's a massive difference. And then, yeah, and sometimes you can tweak things by 100%. And then you get crazy stuff. So, like, this is one of the things I do when I buy a business. Like, one of the things I do is I look for inefficiencies across the business, and I go, right, can I tweak this, this, and this? Yes, I can. Sweet. Okay, well, there's money laying on the table that's, not that, people in the business right now are not aware of, and it's just easy. So, yeah, that's CRO. So now let's talk about this, big old preamble for this. So now you sort of understand where I'm coming from with CRO. Let's have a look at Skidmore Electrical. So he's a whapper. And I'm always going to be, I'm brutally honest all the time with everyone. So take that for what it is. There's no, I do it from love. So the first thing that I'm seeing is that this is the most boring picture that you could ever use for your website. In some sort of subtle ways, it's not that bad because you've basically seeing your logo 3 times here above the fold. Remember, everything you see on loading is above the fold. This bit's good. It's an attention getter. That hand is distracting me for a good reason. And normally, this is good. Always have a chat box. Literally, if you have a real human, not a robot, and you can do live chat, definitely do it. It's a great way. In fact, whilst we're doing this, I just want to do a little spot check because I don't maintain my websites anymore. I got my web dev too. Yeah, we got live chat. What about for RT? Yeah, we've got live chat. Good. Double checking there. So yeah, and you will get sales and leads from your live chat, definitely, and you'll get ridiculous questions from your live chat, but it's good. So well done for having that. There's all sorts of widgets you can do there. So this is prime real estate above the fold here. This is something where you can ask a question. Now the thing is, with your homepage, it's hard because obviously Skidmore Electrical does everything by the looks of it: commercial, industrial, domestic, all this sort of stuff. And so it's hard. And I know where a lot of business, what a lot of business owners think. They're like, well, if I just niche my homepage down to one thing, I'm going to lose out on all the other sort of customers. And so that's fine. So having a generic and sort of bland homepage is fine, but never, ever, ever drive traffic to it. Ever. If you're driving traffic, you need to do siloed traffic. So if you're doing, domestic stuff, drive people to a landing page that is all about domestic stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's go back to the homepage first. So it would be much better to have a picture of all of your electricians. So, everyone from the director down to the T-boy. And so people have more affinity to smiling faces and actual humans than faceless corporates, so to speak. You can have all the vans, just have everyone standing in front of the vans, try and get some character. So yeah, and then your picture could be on the left, and you could have a full scale picture, but then have writing over the top of it or something like that. Maybe, and have some sort of catchy headline. I don't know, not electrocuting people since 1986 or something. I don't know. I'm not good for copy. You have to chat with Lucinda for that. So down below the fold, sort of shows you what you do. That's good. Good pictures. Yeah, pictures are fine. Domestic. What does that mean? I know it means home stuff, but domestic electronics or electrical stuff, is that everything domestic? Down to sort of electric underfloor heating, or is it just, I don't know. Remember, I don't know who your target market is, and obviously everything comes down to your target market. I'm probably not your target market here. Boring. No one likes a contact us page. I would be surprised if you get a lot of people putting your stuff, in here. It would be better to have a button saying contact us, and then when they click it, a pop-up will appear, instead of just having this. It's just boring. A lot of people, this is, I guess, a throwback. A lot of people sort of, when they see contact forms, they sort of switch off, because we've seen boring contact forms like this, parts of websites, for years now, decades, and so part of our brain sort of switches off. But yeah, and you got the live chat. I mean, hell, you could have even a squiggle that is constantly pointing to this person over here. Instead of a little person, have a face. Like, if you've got Carla, have a picture of Carla. I guarantee more people click Carla's face than this grey, faceless body. Let's have a look at commercial. Now click into these pages. That's cool. Cool picture. Commercial. So, I don't know if it's me, but I think this is almost touching on the sin of grey writing. Never have grey writing in your website. Make that. So this needs to be bigger. Like, you could have that writing in like a big bubble in this picture, so you're saving space. But a lot of people are not going to zoom down and then read tiny writing. It looks like you've got the same pitch down here as well. So again, people subconscious will think, do they really do that many commercial work if they can't even come up with two different pictures and they're using the same picture twice? That's what people think. It's not what I think. It's just what people think. Okay, you got the contact us thing. It could be, I mean, your call to action throughout your whole website could be, button like get for an immediate quote within 1 minute or something like that, and you get more people clicking that. Then yeah, so that's that. Industrial. Let's have a little look. Come on, slow internet. Yeah, same sort of points, using the same picture. But and also, like before, like you should have an about us page right after the home page. People want to know, like, what happens is people land on the homepage. You go, what's this? What's in it for me? Okay, I'm looking for electrical type people. That's cool. Who are they? Are they trustworthy? At the moment, I see no faces. I see no people. I don't see you, Monsieur Skidmore. I need to see you, your smiling face, or your whole team standing, in front of your vans, because you've got some nice looking vans, nice and clean. I'm just going to mute everyone. Some background noise there. But yeah, at the moment, you're blending into obscurity here, because I don't know if I trust you. And people like to judge. They like to judge a book by its cover. And at the moment, I would much rather go with someone, a happy chappy, electrician person, than at the moment you're looking too corporate, if that makes sense. Like one of my mates, or in fact, I haven't seen him for a long time, Daryl Bertie, or Daryl Bertie Electrical, or Bert Electrical, I think he's called. Bert Electrics. Here we go. Let's have a look. I haven't looked at his website in ages. So here we go. He's trying to tell a story above the fold. He's got a video of...
Hi, my name is Daryl Bertie, and I want to welcome you to the Bert Electrics website.
So very DIY that. The sound is crap. However, straight away it's him. Yeah, he's telling a story. Yeah, it's fine. That's him there. Nice happy chappy. There's Daryl there. What is this? Testimonial from someone else I know, Peter. So stuff like, so straight away, I mean, and when you look at his YouTube videos, they're actually quite funny, and so you sort of warm to him.
So, you want to know a little bit more about me? Well, there's plenty of info about who Daryl is.
Yeah, you can see he's like a cheeky chappy type electrician. And some people may like that, some people may hate that, but at least, people, like when I used to chat with him, he was like, oh yeah, like a lot of his customers go, oh, you're Daryl from the YouTube videos or whatever. And so, yeah, try and incorporate some sort of personality-ish here. I'm not saying I do this well. It's like I guess I'm like a food critic. I'm not good at making food, but I can, eat it. A bit like that. Do I do that on my own websites? Not that well. I've got an About Siam bit, but again, it's not the best in the world. probably having a dog being beaten as the thumbnail for a video on my page probably isn't a good idea. However, let's move on. So that's that. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. I'm just going to read through the comments now to see if I've missed anything. David has said homepage doesn't show what areas they service. What areas? Yeah, I guess the homepage doesn't. I think you'd have to go all the way to contact us to see the map. So, like, if that is your area, what is it? Sheffield, the north. Sheffield is north, right? North east, I guess. So, I mean, your homepage could just, something like serving the northeast since 2001 or whatever. Come up with some sort of catchy line. So yeah, anyway, that's enough for that. Let's look at the Facebook. What's Facebook saying? Cool. Hey folks. So Tara has said, not sure if I'm putting comments in the right box. CRA, have you heard of nudge theory? Making it super easy for your customers to make decisions. Yes, I'm aware of that. Also, aggregation of marginal gains. Yep, that's what I guess I was talking about with that picture I showed you. Dave Brailsford, basically tiny tweaks across the board when you aggregate will make a big difference. Yep, completely agree. That's all I do when I buy businesses. I'm tweaking little things or lots of things all at the same time. So that's, yeah. So that is that. Let's move along away from that. What is it? 38 minutes. Or do I talk about crypto? No, I think we're going to have to save this for tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but I may as well. I'll talk about this tomorrow. Like, before I go into the things I want to talk about with crypto, it's going to take too long. So, hello Ripple. Yeah. Any last questions before we call it a day? Any last questions? I'm going to wait till Facebook catches up with its stupid 30-second delay. Anyway, any of you on Zoom, any questions? Any random questions I can help with? Doesn't have to be CRO or crypto related. It could be anything. Yeah, no. Okay, nothing on Zoom. Right. Will, go for it, Will. Will said, fancy looking at another site. So yeah, whilst we're talking about CRO, may as well. Hit me, Will. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Come on, Facebook, hurry up. So we're now just waiting for... Okay. EQacoustics.com. EQacoustics.com. Oh, okay. Right. Let's have a look. I know nothing about EQ Acoustics. Is this your website, Will? So far, I like the feel of it straight away. So we've got what's called Parallax. Not Parallax Error, sorry. It's what is it? Parallax Scrolling. So when you... So yeah, I quite like that. It's good that your logo and navbar thins a bit. So straight away, you can save some space here. There's a lot of white space. So white space is sometimes good, but you have to use it in the right manner. So you could save space here by moving your GBP, your shopping cart stuff, to the right a bit more, because there's no point that it's bunched up on top. And your acoustics logo should go to the right, further left-hand side over here. So you'd be saving up on white space, and it'll make your nav bar just less bulky. I would change the grey. To me, this looks grey. Just make it black, or even bold it a little bit. Just, you have to, like, the biggest sin for CRO is having grey writing. Honestly, it just activates part of the brain which goes, bored, move on, and people just don't read soft grey writing. So, as I say that, am I doing this myself? Yeah. Okay, so we're actually changing my whole WAP website very soon. What about RT? Yeah, it's different. But anyway, so that's that. In fact, whilst we're here, so I forgot Skid. Was it Skid? Or there's two other things I wanted to look at. So GT metrics. Another thing we'll come on to this. I'll come on to GT metrics in a sec, but whilst we do that, I'll just get it running because it takes a while. Right, so that's just the nav. But it's just by the way, all these little comments are tiny comments. By the way, it's not like a make or break. I love that your buttons are the Amazon orange. Great, that's good work already. Fast and free deliveries. Yep. Cool, that's fine. Interesting. Do you have much international business? If you do, great that you have it there. Stay focused, increase staff productivity with acoustic panels in the workspace. Okay, I am intrigued. How does that increase productivity? Looks funky. Acoustic panels for offices and working spaces. Workplace distraction. Has to be by limiting. I'll make this bigger. It's a bit hard to see. I've got good eyesight, but I'm having to like pause a bit. Just make it a bit bigger. It doesn't really hurt. By limiting. When we absorb sound reflections and echoes, ideas are easier to share. Okay. Interesting. You know what? You've given me an idea because I have a schooling project. I want to build my own school, and I think this is probably worth having in my school. I'd need to look into it a bit more, but it's worth having. Oh, okay, you've got case studies. Perfect. Nice. That's cool. Okay, so let's go back to the homepage. Mix with confidence. Okay, yeah. So, see, one of the things that is good on the Skidmore site is that it's broken down into who you are. So if I am looking for someone to install my Tesla charger, I can go, oh yeah, that's for me. And I'll click on it straight away and I'll just ignore everything else. And for you, over here, straight away, I don't know who you are for. Like, are you for, residential? So it would be good, just to separate your website into 3 bits, for musicians, businesses, and whatever. I don't know your target demos, but yeah, acoustics product. Yeah, just make it a bit bigger and have a video. I mean, so far the websites we've looked at, mind you, only 2. There's been no video. Video will help even if it's just you. A video on the left hand side, quickly talking why sound is so important, like a 1-minute video, and that way people get to know you and obviously your product straight away. And then this could be another 1-minute or 30-second video, which basically summarizes all of this, why acoustics is so important. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's a much cleaner website. I like that. Products, acoustic foam. Nice. You should probably, I've looked at acoustic foam. You should probably maybe have like a little top tip, like embedded on the side. So when you scroll, the tip stays here. And it could be something like avoid cheap stuff from China. or and a reason why. Because I've looked at like foam stuff like this, and it's really cheap when you look at it on Alibaba or Wish, etc. And it's probably useless. It looks the same, but it's probably useless compared to your stuff. But give a reason why. Why am I going to buy 24 quid's worth compared when I could get it for 5 quid from China or whatever? Obviously, quality is a key thing here. I haven't got much to say, mate. It's a good website. It loads pretty fast. I don't know who your target market is. It looks like you do freaking everything. So I would really niche it down. I guess you are home, commercial. Yeah, I'm just not your target market, but overall, yeah. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, loads fast. Yeah, it's nice, mate. I haven't really got too much to say. The other thing is GT metrics. So GT metrics is an absolute bitch to satisfy. I've spent years trying to please GT metrics, and GT metrics basically analyzes a website in terms of how fast it loads, the performance of the website, everything like that. And so it's really hard. And don't worry that you've got an F on GT metrics. I've been hovering around E's and D's for years now. However, we've just had a breakthrough. I'll show you in a second. So it's really hard, but the handy thing is GTmetrix will show you where you're going wrong, and it will give you ideas of what you can improve, and you can actually sign up and get for more tips. So you can actually tell your web dev, look, this is us on GTmetrix. There's a bag of balls here. Make it better. Now, if it's a web dev that knows what they're doing, they're like, oh yeah, sure, fine, no problem. Because this is actually going to help the web dev. The web dev can look at this and go, oh yeah, I could do this. I could get rid of these plugins and do this, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. Now let's do it for Skidmore. So yeah, always look at GTmetrix. And also, especially if you're driving traffic, you need a website that's performing well, which is why I'm not a fan of ClickFunnels. If you run any ClickFunnels website through GTmetrix, what is the actual website? ClickFunnels.com. Pretty much every business uses ClickFunnels these days. Like, your landing pages are like the worst performing landing pages out there if you're using ClickFunnels. So if you're driving traffic to a ClickFunnels website, like, you're losing money, because if a website takes too long to load or it's sluggish, you're going to get a higher bounce rate. So Paul, your Skidmore site, yeah, nice. You got to see, that's hard to get on GTmetrix. As I said, it's a bitch to please. So that's that. Let's quickly look at ClickFunnels now. Just going to copy, Control-C, Control-V, test site. The last time I checked ClickFunnels, it was an E. And Russell, he knows this stuff. And by the way, Russell, or ClickFunnels in general, they know what works. So the way they lay out their website is really good. If you want good ideas of how to lay out your website, etc., just copy, swipe, and deploy. Like, they're very good websites in terms of how CRO, in terms of how they've positioned stuff, bouncing buttons and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they've done that well. However, I'm pretty sure their GTmetrix is a shit. Here we go in E, which is surprising, being a landing page provider. They should do better. And so here's the thing: we have now, or I've got an in-house web dev called Matt Sutton, who's very talented. He's part of our marketing company, and I gave him the challenge. I was like, right, Matt, make us good on GTmetrix. Do whatever it takes. I will pay whatever it'll take. Just make it good. So he's now just redone the whole Realistic Trader website, and guess what we've got? Let's check it out. It's still a work in progress, by the way. A website is never finished, ever. Will Benger said it's built on Shopify, but not sure how much control the dev has over load speed. Yeah, it's always worth migrating stuff over to your own WordPress website. Come on. The last time I checked this, we got an A, but I'm not sure if it'll remain. Woohoo! It's only taken me 6 years to get an A on GTmetrix. I've been trying to nail GTmetrix for 6 freaking years. And it's so yeah, Matt Sutton. Yeah. So cheeky plug, we have a marketing company. If you want your website to be freaking fast on GTmetrix and perform really fast, we can help. So yeah. And so what he's doing right now is he's redoing the WAP website, because the current WAP website, which was built by someone else, is a bag of balls. God, I've said that too many times today. Let's make it, equal. I'll say bag of boobs next time. No. Boobs are lovely. Balls are not. Right. So I think, yeah, you're about to see the train wreck of a website come up here. But yeah, this one's now fast. Stuff loads fast when you click it, and I've got slow internet. It's nice and fast loading. Right. What does GTmetrix have to say? It's a D. Give it a month. This will be an A. So, yeah. Any last questions? We've been going for 50 minutes. I think I should just probably give up on the sentiment that these are 30-minute daily chats. I tend to do it's like an hour a day. Right, so Gary, so David said Google page page speed insights is good. To GT metrics, just a bit more comprehensive. Amanda has said, I was on a website last night shopping. It was amazing as I was looking all over the place and it was instant. Yeah, there's some really good websites out there. And when it's instant clicking, it's like, oh, it's beautiful. And I would just click around. Like my friend, I interviewed him on one of these daily chats, Bearing Boys. He's got one of the fastest websites I've been on. He has tens of thousands of SKUs, so products, and you can click on anything and it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like solid. I don't give a shit about bearings, but I've clicked all over his website. It's just beautiful. It's a sight to behold. So yeah, so if you want an example of what sort of website you need to get to, especially if it's an e-commerce, Bearing Boys, you can't get much faster than Bearing Boys. But it's interesting. When you put Bearing Boys and GT Metrics, it's not that good. But in this case, I wouldn't give a shit. If your site is blisteringly fast, that's all that you need. It just needs to load super fast. So what else? James, will you be doing website reviews on other sessions, or do you have time now? It would be interesting to see what you think of our work website. I personally think it's not very good at all, but it would be great. Yeah, let's do it another time. Oh no, screw it. James, this will be the last one we do, and then we'll call it a day. So James, if you can pop your website in, let's do it now whilst we're talking about it. cotswoldsteel.co.uk. Cool. Okay. Right, so straight away, the good thing is that I know where you operate. That's good. I wouldn't use the whole above the fold. So free delivery, Cotswold Steel. Okay. Yeah, you don't need the whole of your homepage to show you where you are. Free delivery, cool. I still don't know what you are. So remember, the user's always thinking with them, what's in it for me? Or as Lucinda says, why do I care? So I just look at Cotswold Steel Stockholders Limited. So this is where I'm probably not going to be much help because I'm not your target market and I don't really know what a steel stockholder is. However, for your clients, they will probably know what a steel stockholder is. I'm guessing you are a B2B business. So let's scroll down. Remember, loads of people don't even scroll. So the fact that it's not really showing me that there's anything below the fold, loads of people won't scroll. So yeah, yellow on grey background and red on grey background is a big no-no. Big no-no. Again, with the formatting here, these really are two different paragraphs. At least have press enter, so there's like a gap, because this just looks a bit weird. Even better would be a white box with red writing. If it's something important. Well, let's read it. Remains open. Okay, cool. Yeah, it would stand out more. And just big grey blocks like this isn't that good. Cool. Yeah, so you could just have that picture down here, and you can do this, by the way, with this, you can change the picture of where the Google Maps image defaults. So personally, I would have that picture default to there. So straight away I can go, oh yeah, you're near Cheltenham. Whereas if it's zoomed right in straight away, I'm like, well, where the hell is Babdown or Lasborough? Whereas if it starts like that, I'm like, straight away, Cheltenham. Everyone knows where Cheltenham and Gloucester are, or Swindon, etc. So that's that. Again, tiny things. Yeah, that's good. Products. Again, I've got a feeling this is going to be another faceless company here. Get you about us right after the homepage. Let's have a look. Yay, nice. Can this picture be bigger? I want to see you more. Cool. Yeah, these are, yeah, so Paul Skidmore, if you're still watching this, this is what I was talking about. The team standing in front of the vehicles. That's good. Maybe make it so when you click the picture, it sort of pops up so you can, like a magnifying glass, like on a shop, so people can see you. That's good. It would actually be even better if this was like a 1 minute video of who you are, why you do it, how long you've been doing it for, basically saying all of the stuff you said here, but in like a minute video. And you don't need to do it all. Like, you could talk, like this bloke could talk a sentence, you could talk a sentence, stuff like that. What else is there? So that's good. Reinforce. Yeah, you're definitely B2B. Yeah, get a quote online now. So I would always put a time limit on quotes. So get a quote online within 5 minutes or within 1 minute or however quick you can do it. One thing that always pisses me off is, especially when it comes to sort of tradey type stuff. So we've had to use a lot of builders, carpenters, plumbers, electricians recently, or over the last couple of months. And because I don't know any, like I don't have any go-to ones, I just go to, in fact, satellite installer Norwich is one that I've been looking for. I have no loyalty to anyone here, so I've just been clicking around. Get in touch. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. And some have a free quote or whatever, but they never get back to you. The frickers never get back to you. Like here, so, and I've actually filled out some of these forms, and they get back to you in like 3 days' time. Oh, I want to know now. I don't want a reply in 3 days' time. So you need to alleviate the fear that someone's having, like me. It's like, yes, get a free quote, that's fine, but I don't even want to wait 5 minutes. I want it now. And I know with stuff like this, the key word is, well, it depends on the job. What is the scope? And so I know you can't have fixed prices, but you can have examples like this job in this garden or this house was this much, because and then people can sort of see, and oh wow, massive sin, light grey writing. Ugh. Let's go back to so, and this needs to stand. I know you probably built this on a site where it's stuck on the right hand side here over time, but it's just not standing out. It's just a formatting thing here. Okay, yeah, like that. What else was I talking about? I mean, with all of these things, I mean, I know it's a little bit of effort, but it doesn't hurt to have a 30-second video of you talking about this job in Farm Shop. By the way, the formatting, that should be like down here. The pictures need to be bigger. But it could be like, hey, yeah, so last year we did this thing of, heavy duty steel barrier, blah, blah, blah. It took this long to do, it cost this much, and we can help you too. Stuff like that. Boom. And so I guess the key overriding thing these days is people want a bit of personality in their websites. So yeah, I think let's call that a day. We've been going for an hour on the dot almost. Has today helped at all for those who've been watching?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Great stuff. Well, that's all I ever want to do. I just want to help. So yeah, I guess I will see you tomorrow at 12. Wednesdays are my daddy daycare days, so it's going to be probably a haphazard one, because the kids freaking hate half terms and full terms. Like, one of the things when I set up my school is that there won't be half terms and full terms. It will be all year round in accordance with what, like, the hours will be from 8 till 6. Like, having to pick your kids up at like 3:30, like, for those that have like jobs or busy businesses or whatever, it's like an absolute ball ache to leave your work to go and pick your kids up. And I mean, we've got like, in fact, across the 50 odd staff that we have, there's a large chunk of our staff that have childcare issues, or they have like weird arrangements, like, oh, on this day I have to it's my turn to pick up the kids, so I have to leave work early, and I think schools would be much better if they're going for longer and the parents could pull their kids out of school to go on holiday whenever. So I think what my school will be like, it'll be all year round. The parents can take their kids out of school for as long as they want, whenever they want. Yeah. Lots needs to be rethought about schooling. Anyway, rant over. Hour on the dot. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Toodles. See ya. Bye.